Well, we've officially made it to Anchorage, Alaska. Now we're walking down the road to go eat at the 49th State Brewing Company.
Make you want it forever. Trying to play a game, but you don't play for keeps. Messing with a girl from the east side, yeah. Kinda love you, wanna build your dreams, yeah. But I already know better. I'm a go-getter and I got me.
This is the Alaskan Railroad. Here's where we'll get on the train to take our journey to Seward when we head to Seward. So our first night we're staying in Anchorage. We get up bright and early and catch the train to Seward. And this is where we'll catch the train out at Seward.
The 49th State Brewing Company was located about a 10-minute walk from our hotel. The original location opened in 2010 in Denali, Alaska. They expanded to the Anchorage location in 2016. The restaurant is housed in an old Elks Lodge building that was built in 1917. They have a great outdoor patio area where you can sit outside and enjoy the scenery and grab a beer and a quick bite. We chose to go inside the main restaurant so we could enjoy the entire menu. Ship Creek is an Alaskan river that runs from the Chugach Mountains to Cook Inlet. It is a popular spot for salmon fishing in the summertime, and the river ran right along the backside of our hotel. The front desk also offered fishing equipment available for rent. We stayed at the Wingate by Wyndham, Anchorage downtown Ship Creek. It was good for one night. It was a pretty basic hotel, but the price was right, and they picked us up at the airport and then were able to take us to the train station next door the next morning. We were pretty tired from traveling all day, but we did venture out later that night to have dinner at a restaurant called Moose's Tooth Pub and Pizzeria. It's a popular locally owned restaurant that features uniquely Alaskan ingredients for their pizzas, such as reindeer sausage and apricot sauce. The flight into Anchorage was like an excursion in and of itself. The views from the plain of the glaciers and the mountains was absolutely stunning.
Good morning from Anchorage, Alaska.
Tomorrow we are going on a 7-day Alaskan cruise, but first we have to make our way to Seward, Alaska. We're going to take the Coastal Classic train on the Alaska Railroad.
Our hotel has a free shuttle to the train station. We're about to go catch that and take the 4.5 hour train ride, which is supposed to be really scenic all the way to Seward.
Once we arrive in Seward, we'll have about an hour and 15 minutes to drop off our bags at the Harbor 360 Hotel, and then we're going to board a smaller boat to go on a wildlife cruise through the Kenai Fjords National Park.
We got the last card.
The tide is pretty high right now, so we can only see a little bit of them. However, when the tide is at its lowest, we're going to see mudflats all the way out to turning an arm. And at its highest point, we're actually not going to be able to see any of these mudflats over here. That is because the Cook Inlet has one of the largest tidal changes in the world, with the difference between high tide and low tide being nearly 40 feet. Is the turning an arm, which is the southern portion of the Cook Inlet. The Cook Inlet was named after Captain James Cook, who sailed through this area in the late 1700s, with the purpose of mapping the area around us, as well as finding a way to go through the continent and get to Europe. The maps and charts that Captain Cook created of this area were so accurate that they were used for several centuries after his death. And Captain Cook and his crew actually named the turning an arm beside us, as while he and his crew went up the arm, trying to see if it would go through the entire continent, they kept hitting dead end after dead end. They got so frustrated with this that they just decided to name this area the Turn Again Arm, as they had to keep turning their ship around again and again.
Riding on the back of the train on our way to Seward.
We got lucky with our seat assignment on the train, as we were in the very last cart, so we were able to walk off the back of the train anytime we wanted and enjoy the scenery. This, however, meant we had a later dining reservation for breakfast, but eventually we did make our way to the dining cart and enjoy breakfast with a view.
the 2-3 o'clock position, running towards the bushes. In just a couple moments here, folks, we're going to be going to the community known as Moose Pass. Now, there are many rumors as to how this area got its name, but my personal favorite has to do with a mail carrier. The mail carrier was making his rounds, trying to deliver his mail. However, the moose kept on getting in the way. And in his frustration, he named this area Moose Pass in hopes of attracting hunters. Well, instead of attracting those hunters, he actually attracted the tourists in hopes of seeing a real-life Alaskan moose. And even to this day, if you live in Moose Pass, it is not uncommon to see the occasional moose meandering about in your backyard. It looks like we have some raptors waving at us off on the left-hand side. Make sure to give them a big Alaskan hello.
Probably make a little loop around Barwell Island there. That's the island at the 1 o'clock. And when we do that, make sure you periodically look up on top of it. You might find more military World War II bunkers up on there near the tippy top of the island. And yeah, this is where we're doing our very diligent scanning out here, guys. We'll probably just kind of slowly cruise through the area, giving anything minutes to pop up. You know, these bigger marine mammals, they spend a bit of time below the surface, you know, so we got to just kind of slow cruise through the area. And then if nothing pops up halfway around Barwell Island, then we'll head over towards the Rugged Island in the distance behind this way. Again, out here, you know, you can see there's a lot of people fishing. There's a lot of food around here, so we just hope to, fingers crossed, encounter something out here. The underwater hazard stuff as close as I can get to that cellar sea line, so we'll stop here and then I'll spin and get you guys views on the right hand side too.
Note on that Fox Island spit, the standing dead trees. Well, those are something known as ghost forests, and they're actually relics of our 1964 Good Friday earthquake. All along the side of the bay, all the way to Cape Resurrection, the southern and easternmost point of Resurrection Bay. Well, this is a type of rock known as pillow basalt. And pillow basalt forms when two oceanic plates split apart, and up through the crack that forms oozes liquid hot magma. And that magma is cooled rapidly when it comes in contact with those cold ocean depths. So during that rapid cooling process, the rock forms pillowy or bulbous shapes in it. And you'll see anytime we're up close to the rock, you might notice that. And even though pillow basalt, one of the most common types of rock on the earth, it's fairly uncommon to see it above the surface of the water like this, because again, it's that dense seafloor forming rock, and all that is just a testament to the incredible geologic forces at work in this area, because we are right along the boundary line of the North American plate and the Pacific plate.
Yeah, I got it there.
150, 200 feet up the cliffs. Another coastal mountain goat. So we're just slowly making our approach here, guys. You know, anytime we view these big marine mammals, you know, it's by law. There we go, nice spout there at our 1 o'clock. By law, you know, we have to slowly approach these animals, slowly leave the area. We can only get so close to these animals, and actually we're only allowed to spend a certain amount of time with them as well, all because of the Marine Mammal Protection Act to protect these animals. So yeah, we're just slowly approaching, and there's a couple other boats here. You know, we're just going to work with them, but we got lots of time, guys. We'll make sure we get some good looks. Just generally speaking, the longer we spend with the animal, the better and better the looks get. We just kind of get an idea of where it's traveling, what its behavior is.
There he is. He's white now, I think.
As soon as it moves far enough away, which it is almost far enough away, I can start back up and we can just kind of slowly parallel along with it. It's kind of nice though to have the boat completely shut down, you know, and be able to hear it as well. So, but yeah, as soon as it gets just a little farther away, we'll maybe parallel along with it. When it came up so close, maybe notice little bumps on the top of its head, near its the front of its head, near its mouth. Well, those were tubercles, and so each one of those tubercles has one hair in it, and so that is where they get the hair to make them mammals.
After we finished our tour, it was time to go find somewhere to have dinner. If you're staying at the Harbor 360 Hotel for one night before a cruise like we were, you really don't need a car. There's plenty of shops and restaurants just steps away from the hotel. We ended up having dinner at a local seafood restaurant called Ray's Waterfront. Dinner at Ray's Waterfront was absolutely amazing. It's hard to go wrong with fresh Alaskan halibut. At this point, it was time to make our way back to the hotel. We had a great time exploring Anchorage and Seward, but our Alaskan journey was just beginning. The next morning, we boarded the Norwegian Jewel for a 7-day southbound cruise. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel so you can follow along with the rest of our Alaskan adventures.
What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight.